give up. She definitely want to continue because it helps her with her sleep. And actually, if a person cannot sleep, I think it's very painful and suffering. So that is, I mean, an example to show that it's multifunctional. It's many areas that overall body health will be improved. Okay, dual regulating. Dual regulating will actually be like, for example, our immunity system. You can actually modulate not too high, not too low. Similarly, for the blood, let's say a person has high blood or low blood, then it actually will modulate, because the same Lingzhi can be taken whether the person has high blood or low blood, and the condition will improve over a period of time. But if a person has to consult a doctor, the doctor will prescribe the medicine, will not be able to prescribe the same medication for both conditions, right? So this is actually how wonderful our Shuang Hor Lingzhi is. And also it is preventive. Okay, talking about preventive, if you look at the world now, it is full of toxins. We are exposed to all the radiation, the mobile devices, the high-techy items. We can't do away without it because it's too convenient to use and we can't give up. Then how we are exposed to all this radiation. Then the food we take, sometimes you don't know, when you take outside food, you don't know what people add into it. All the toxins are inside. So with this, actually to protect ourselves and our organs, our most important, the liver also, we need to actually take it to help to prevent any sickness that you may bring along. I have an example of a friend. Actually, he has a father who actually died of died of TB, tuberculosis virus, and he actually they were not aware that he had TB. So when the doctor diagnosed that his death is due to TB, what they did is the whole family has to go for blood screening tests to check who has contracted it, then has to go through a course of medication for treatment. But for his case, surprisingly, he has quite many siblings. Surprisingly, quite a few of them, those who take the Lingzhi, whether a small, really Lingzhi or Lingzhi product like coffee, CO or tea, they actually do not have this virus in their body, right? But unfortunately, there are two who did not take any Shuang Hor product, the Lingzhi product. They actually contracted the virus and they had to go through a painful 6-month course of medication. And not just painful, because you also worrisome because you don't know whether next time it will happen again, right? So this is how preventive is, right? Okay, then next, okay, now we talk about bee pollen. Why pollen? In a sense is because Lingzhi is only a functional food. It helps us to detox, clear ourselves, build our immunity and all the etc. functions, but it has very minimal nutrients. Nutrients come from where? Bee pollen. Alright, this is carefully selected by Shuang Hor. Alright, okay, let's go through in general what bee pollen can do, or what is bee pollen. Bee pollen actually is the male productive cells, and then there are two types, wind pollinated and insect pollinated. Of course, the insect pollinated ones are stickier and heavier, means it has more nutrients. Then the edible pollens, mostly gathered by the bees, are richer in nutrients and safer for human consumption. And actually pollen has a long history. During the Greek and the Roman times, right? Those are thousands of years ago. The bee pollen are actually used for warriors. Those times we always see a lot of, we study history, we know a lot of those Roman warriors, you know. They actually were said to have taken pollen, and the athletes, notice that last time the Greek athletes, actually they are one of the top athletes, right? So they actually take this for stamina and endurance. This will actually make them a finer warrior and having better stamina to run and better performer in athletics. Okay, it is a powerhouse of nutrients, including high protein content, B vitamins, which is very important, some of them for our brains, antioxidant, carotenoids, some even refer to bee pollen as natural multivitamin. Okay. Okay. Bee pollen, with that brief introduction, bee pollen is actually a most complete food. People say that it is actually next to mother's milk, right? When a baby when they just first born, what they need is mother's milk, which is always the healthiest and the most nutritious. So bee pollen actually has 200 types of nutrients, including vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, coenzymes, RNA, and carbohydrates, right? So this is actually, it has one single capsule, has a little bit of each, which actually we can take any amount. The more, the merrier. Alright, it is wholesome and safe. Okay? It is potent and active. Most important is, besides being safe, it has to be active so that it actually can serve its function in our body, right? Besides, it is zero burden, means it doesn't cause any harm and easily digested and used by our body and distributed to the cells and organs. And it is readily absorbable, right? Okay, so this is one for all. Anybody can take, from baby to pregnant woman, old, aged, athletes, and anybody, even the sick, right? In fact, they will need more. Right, how we position Lingzhi and pollen, right? So Lingzhi and pollen can do 4 main body functions, right? So they are optimal functions, like for example, when a person is in good health, it actually helps them to maintain their health, right? I would say that probably this is in the people in the good health, vibrant health. When we talk about the stages of illness, like this could be in the stage 0, the vibrant health. But the thing is, why we need to continue? Because a person may not be always in the vibrant health condition. As we grow old, we age, we are subjected to many factors. So we actually need this to help our body to absorb nutrients better, so that to maintain our health. Enhanced body functions, okay, this will be for the group of the people who need a little bit more help, like children, pregnant ladies, and elderly folks, right? Protect and cleanse function. This will be for those pre-illness, those who have some medication, taking medication to recover, right? So if with this, it will actually help them better in cleansing the functions. And therapeutic functions will be those that have major chronic illnesses, especially those under chemotherapy. Right. So, positioning of Lingzhi and pollen, optimal functions. Besides, actually for us human, just taking Lingzhi and pollen alone is not good enough. Because yes, that is the part on the nutrition. Lingzhi is the part that helps us to cleanse, functional. But besides that, we also need other factors, like we need to sleep well, exercise, have a work balance, relaxation, right? Otherwise, our body will actually, no matter how many Lingzhi or nutrition to feed the cells, it still be always under stress. Okay? So, how does it help Lingzhi and pollen for those with optimal functions? Okay, you can actually detox, alright? Detox, retard, better stamina, and energetic, alright? So for detox is actually talking about cell detoxification, right? It bring away all the cells, the dead cells, help our cells to live longer, so that it doesn't die prematurely. For example, I think our stomach cells, our digestive, can live about 7 days. So if it cannot live to its maximum, then it dies earlier. So our cell, our organ will function less effectively. And over the long run, this will actually affect our body. Right? Then retard aging. All right? So this will actually help us in removing those free radicals, right? And better stamina, so that we actually have better energy level because the blood circulation is better. More energetic, and it have preservation. So if you look at this familiar, I mean for those who are with us for some time, this is a familiar diagram of the major components of our Lingzhi, right? It has tritapenoid, macromolecular polysaccharide, and Ganoderma nucleotide, and LZ8 protein. So most important is the tritapenoid, which actually does most of those functions, like modulate our immunity, reduce the cholesterol, right? So this function itself actually helps in all this 1 to 5 of these 5 pointers. Okay. Okay. So for enhanced functions, this group of people will need, actually from enhanced functions onwards, the people in this group will need more intensified nutrition, right? They need more help. So how does this help? It strengthens their defense system, okay, enhance the absorptions, enhance in brain development, regulate hormonal activities, and prevent multiple complications and prevent brain degeneration. This group of people will be those that are pregnant ladies, pregnant women, babies, elderlies. So the brain degeneration part, the brain degeneration, pointer number 6, will be more for those aged, right? Then for defense system, number 1, it will be for those who are the babies, the sick, all right? Then the enhanced absorption, brain development is also for those growing, the children who are in the growing age. Okay, regulate hormonal activities, number 4. That is actually for those, as we go through life, we normally, many phases, we will actually go through hormonal changes. So this will actually help us to balance our hormonal changes so that it has lesser impact on our normal lifestyle. Okay? And also will help us to be more energetic. So this group, protect and cleanse our functions, is actually those who are sick, need more help on medication. Okay? So this will actually help them to reduce their medication, remove side effects. Okay, less medication, we have cases like people who take, who have suffered from thyroid, they take medication. Not only that their medication has been reduced, some of them can even the doctor can even tell them that they do not need to take any more of the thyroid medication, right? And also there are people who are having cholesterol. After taking this, actually their cholesterol level has improved, and they don't even need to take the cholesterol medication. Of course, they also have to maintain their lifestyle. If they do not do that part, balance on themselves, they might have to suffer again and then start on a higher dose again if they want to recover. This is definitely a safer option, as with the certification from Taiwan cert. And not only that, each of the countries, like even Singapore, Japan, Malaysia, all these countries that they are we are represented there, have sales officer, we also are able to get the approval from the respective health authorities. Right? It cleans the blood, that's for sure. Okay, and detoxify, as also has mentioned earlier, it helps in that level. Alright? Therapeutic functions. Alright? So therapeutic is those who actually are in a very critical or maybe chronic areas. Alright? So likely the groups in this, those people in these groups are those with cancer under chemo treatment, or maybe those who are undergoing dialysis, you know. Okay, so their quality of life will definitely be very restricted. Okay, they could be, they could not enjoy what normal people do, going outing, going out, and then having nice food, right? Or even people with stroke. Okay, so to have a better quality of life and also increase the survival, enhance the endurance, and complement the immunity. Okay, for this case, I actually had heard of one of those public OPP. One of the sharer actually mentioned that there was a case of a stroke sufferer. He was actually staying in an aged home already because he had stroke for 2 months, not able to blink his eye, close his eyes, and walk, very weak. So what his children will actually send him to the nursing home because nobody can look after him. And when he's at the nursing home, of course, he has a helper, a personal helper to help him, but that is not good enough because he cannot swallow food, you see. So when he get to know this, the children, I think, get to know our Shuang Hor friend who actually helped them. So he actually take a high dosage of Lingzhi, and together with some CEO coffee, he actually able to recover until the stage that his eyes can close, can blink, and then he can even, by 3 weeks time, he can stand up and with help can learn to walk. So imagine that the past 2 months, what kind of life he's going through, right? Because if a person in normal health, suddenly he gets stroke, psychologically he's already feeling very sad. And then he put in the nursing home, and everything is so demoralized. But now, this actually helped him to have a better quality of life. He may take a longer time to recover, but at least he can see hope in his life, right? And then it also can help immunity therapy, all right? Okay, besides this, I also have another friend who is a happy, he's an Indonesian friend. She's a healthy sufferer, all right? Then she also consume Lingzhi, and over a period of about a couple of years, surprisingly, she actually become having the antibodies. So she actually don't believe it, you know. She went to go for a medical checkup 2 times to double confirm that she actually is free of the Hep B virus, but she has developed antibodies. So this is actually how it can help, right? And on top of that, I also have a recent friend who actually was on dialysis. So he had, actually before his dialysis, he had some heart attack and gone for some heart treatment. Then after that, he refused to listen to the doctor's advice, right? Then he actually had kidney failure, all right? Both kidney is not functioning, that's why he has to go dialysis. And he has already undergone about 1 year of dialysis treatment. But so when my husband approached him, he actually was very acceptable because I think most often people who are in this kind of stage, they prefer to have quality of life and see improvement. So in a short stage of taking about 1 month of low dosage, actually not high because he is actually a Muslim. So he only taking a low dosage of Lingzhi. He is able to improve on his energy level. He actually can also, his kidney actually can function better because he told us that his urine has improved from a little bit of drops to more. And his actually kidney is functioning better because he can say within 1 hour he can see his urine start he need to pass urine already. So this is really a very significant improvement. And besides that, he feel cold, he can walk for 2-3 hours, you know. So this is actually, we're very glad this can actually help him, right? So for consuming of Lingzhi for best results, we actually had a normal recommendation, right? There are a few groups, as mentioned earlier, a few groups. So for those under health maintenance, like in the TikTok, it's still better to take about 3 to 4 capsules per day. For preventive cases, 4 to 6. Non-chronic cases, 6 to 12. Those who probably have suffered from some maybe a thyroid case, cholesterol cases, it's still good that they take a little bit higher to maintain 6 to 12. For chronic cases, it will be like 20 capsules or more. In fact, we will see cases like people take 30 over. The more they take, the faster they will recover. And how to take it on empty stomach? That is the most effective, so that it can absorb by our body. And it consumed regularly over long term. And also, exercise and diet, and learn to de-stress, learn to relax, right? And let's say we talk about this, for normal cases, once you have regained your health, we normally recommend that you go through a boost. You see, a boost of higher dosage, maybe 2 times your normal dosage. Then after that, you let the body go through like a stress cycle, then a deep cleanse, then before it actually revert back to your normal dosage. This would be the most ideal, right? And in conclusion, Lingzhi actually restore, enhance, and optimize our body functions. And on top of that, Lingzhi pollen will help to intensify our nutrition needed by our body. It provides healthy body it is the key to fulfilling life, enjoying our life, and having a good quality, okay, being able to respect, also gain respect from people, all right? So here, I would like, before I end, I would like to thank Mr. Sim for giving me this opportunity to share here, right? And also my guiding upline, Diamonds, Yu Kui, Siu Ping, and also on my sideline upline, whatever guys, in helping me to walk this journey. All right, thank you.